We're talking about the top 5 marketing mistakes, and I'm going to show you how to fix them. So, welcome to my Wednesday Live. So great to see you guys here, and let me know who's here. I always love to say hello. So, today I'm going to cover 5 things that I see that are really holding you back and what you can do about fixing that. So, hey there. So good to see you, Kathy. And before I get into things, I do want to say a couple things on that. For those of you that haven't met me before, I'm Debbie White. I've been in the Fortune 500 marketing space for 3 decades, and now I solely coach women entrepreneurs with growing their online presence. And we do that with what I call brand first marketing. I'll kind of give you a window into what that looks like because of the 5 things I'm going to talk about today really are critical in how these very things can not only help you stand out, but maybe why your marketing may not be attracting people that you're really wanting. Now, if you're in my Facebook community, I will say hello and welcome. We have so many resources. We're doing more and more over in my Facebook group. I'm also streaming on Instagram. So if you're there on Instagram, come join me in my Facebook community. If you're not a member of my Facebook community, it's in my link in bio. You definitely want to come join us over there. So the other thing is I'm going to be going through steps today on how to fix, how to handle some marketing mistakes. One of the key things that you'll hear me talk about is knowing your audience. And I have something for you right off the bat. If you have not gotten this, you want it. And that is my free persona generator. It's pretty amazing. And you take a really fun quiz, and it's going to map out your ideal persona and how to speak to them in your marketing. On Instagram, all you have to do is type persona in the DMs to me. DM me directly. Don't type it in the comments. DM me directly and just type persona, and my fancy Autobot will deliver that directly to you. So you want to take that. Those of you on Facebook, just write in the comments and we'll get it right to you. Okay. So let's start with my number one thing that I see, and that is this. The number one mistake you're making is, number one, you're marketing like a commodity. What do I mean by that? So I want you to start thinking about your marketing, why you versus everyone else, because you really do have something truly unique about what you do, why you do it, how you do it. Everything that you bring to your offer, what it is that you sell, is so incredibly unique. And if you're marketing like a commodity, you're just marketing the entire category. Okay, so for an example, if you are let's say you're a personal trainer. If you're just marketing that you do personal training, well, so do you and a gajillion other people. You're going to sound like everyone else, right? You guys are going to say the same things. Your content might sound the same. What I want you to think about is how can you get in the shoes of your customer and ask them questions. Why would they want to work with you versus someone else? Right? That's where we can kind of start with, what is it about you? What do you do differently that they're not going to get anywhere else? That's a differentiator. When you lean into that, now you're marketing like the boutique specialized brand that you actually truly are. And for an example, one of my newest clients, Ingrid, she's a personal trainer. And we got so clear that she's so much more than that. She's an expert health and fitness coach for 55 plus adults. And she's going to help you with your hormones, help you develop strength and stamina so that you can feel better and experience more in life than you ever thought possible. Okay, that's so much different than Ingrid, the personal trainer. So with that clarity and focus, she's been able to, in 4 months, pop right up into the 6-figure mark, because it also has elevated her offer, her packages. We're actually working on how to scaling that from private clients only to having a combination of serving one-to-many and having private clients. It opens up so much more if you're marketing like a specialized brand that you really are. Okay, that's number one. So the second most common mistake I see, and those of you on Facebook, I have fancy banners, is your offer stinks. Now, I've had clients tell me they know this, that have said, hey, Deb, I know my offer stinks. I know that. They might not use those words, but they'll say, I don't think my offer is the right offer. I'm not sure, right? So if you're not sure, it probably stinks. You need to be so sure. How can you become so sure? Let's talk about that for a minute. You've got to clearly define the benefit of working with you. I see this a lot. I see people saying, like, I've got this cool thing. It's so amazing. Maybe it's a retreat. Maybe it's a package of working with you. First of all, the offer needs to be clearly answering the greatest need of your audience. In other words, what keeps your audience up at night? And people will spend money on what they need and what keeps them up at night versus, oh, that'd be nice to have. And you can turn your offer into, oh, I need that. You really can, regardless of what you're selling. If you're aligned with your specific audience and aligning that. So I have another client, Julie came to me and she knew she didn't have like the winning offer. Julie's a strategist with data. She can create any custom automation to the point that anything's possible. It becomes very difficult to know what's going to sell. How do I grow this business? What's the right, offer? And that clarity of what does your ideal target audience need right now? What's keeping them up at night? So when we started looking like that and looking at what her offers could possibly be, well, in her case, she's targeting multi-6-figure to 7-figure clients, and they need leads like today. They need a pipeline. They need an ongoing automated pipeline. Well, she can build that. So she created that. Has so many clients now. I think she's like, I don't know if I can take any more right now. So that's how you turn, with your marketing, it's the whole package, right? If you're not messaging and marketing what your audience actually craves and needs right now, then you're not going to create sales. Okay, the third most common mistake I see is you're not building personal relationships. So this is another thing. Like if we get too caught up in either, here's the pretty thing, like I see a lot of artists do this, here's the pretty thing, isn't it pretty? And maybe they say one line, or if you're a service, here's my offer, I'm going to teach a lot. If there's no personal connection, we're humans. We want to have a real personal connection with the people that we buy from. And I'll tell you this, when we do have a more personal connection, and you guys can see this with the things that you actually buy, when we do have that personal connection, we're more likely to buy, we're more likely to trust, we're much more likely to say, okay, let's go for it. Let's do it. So that's where you need to be telling personal stories with your content for starters. As for starters, are you actually infusing your own personal storytelling into your content to have that personal connection with your audience? So when I audit social media for people, I'll look at things and I'll also look and say, are they telling real stories that are generating a lot of heart and soul comes out of those stories. People feel more connected to you. They just do. I can tell you that in my content, I tell my clients this, that the most comments or engagement I get is always when I'm telling personal stories. And I try to relate those personal stories to my audience so that they're seeing themselves in that content. So I really encourage you to look at your content and think about, how can I share this in a way where I'm telling some kind of story that's making a point, that's making, bringing out what I'm trying to convey with my overall marketing. And even knowing that, if you're like, I don't even know what that overall marketing thing is, hold on for a second, because I have something for you. And number 5 is, we're still at number 3, sorry. Number 4, I'm seeing this a lot. AI is now writing your content. Are y'all seeing that? Yeah, I'm seeing it, and I can tell. Here's the thing. I use AI as a brainstorming sidekick. I will not let AI write my content. I tried it, and it's so vanilla. It takes so much, and even with all the things, and I've seen it and I've tried it, guys, it's really hot for people to be selling this. I'm going to come right out and say, like, it cannot create heartfelt content the way you can. It can't. I don't care what anybody says. We can keep training it with all my stuff, and there's things it can do. Okay. It can outline things really well. It can do a lot of amazing things. And I use it every day. I do, as a brainstorm sidekick. But when you allow AI to write your content, you're not going to be making those personal connections the way that you are when you write it yourself. Do I think it's smart to use AI to help you brainstorm, to help you? Yes, of course. I teach that. But I don't think we should be thinking, oh, AI is here, it's going to automate all of my content. No. You're missing out on the human connection. We can't take that away, because what happens? First of all, just like I said, you're going to sound like everyone else. What's the whole point of marketing? In my opinion, I want you to be in a category of 1, where you're so specific about what you do, why you do it, who you do it for. There is no other brand like you. You own your lane. You have zero competition. If you're allowing AI to write that content, it's very difficult to have the same energy and power and passion that's really you. And that humans can feel it. I believe that humans can feel it. Now, again, it's a great sidekick. Just don't let it take over. That's what I believe. And I'm going to hold true to that. And I know there's a lot of people teaching the opposite, but that's what I believe. So the 5th mistake I see is, it's not clear what you stand for. And some of you might say, well, why does that even matter? It does matter. That's part of the heart connection that you're going to have. And it's also, I would say, maybe you're not thinking big enough. Because if you're thinking, I just need to sell my stuff, I'm going to challenge you to think, what if I could create a movement with what I'm all about? That's so much bigger than, oh, I'm here to sell my thing. Because when we start thinking about our purpose and what we're really here to do, first of all, that's very magnetic. That's very magnetic content. It's also really heartfelt. Like, if you're really clear on, wow, this is really what I'm here to do, this is why I'm doing it, all of a sudden your content's not about you anymore. It's about the bigger goal. And I'll tell you right now, it's a hell of a lot easier to get out there and just do anything for the bigger goal than it is to sell your stuff. The other thing is, when people understand what you're really all about, like, I am so passionate about helping women build amazing businesses for themselves and helping them make a difference, because for every woman out there that I help her make a difference in someone else's lives, I get to touch more people. I'm making a bigger impact. That's where it's at for me. I will do crazy things to knowing that that's why I'm doing this. It's not just to sell my stuff. That doesn't do it for me. The other thing is, when you're really clear on your purpose, you're going to build a much deeper level of trust with your audience. it opens up so much more than just, oh, this feels good. It's so much bigger than that. It really can completely shift your entire business. And I've seen it happen over and over and over again with my own clients. Yes, it also brings in a lot more money. I literally watched someone come in and said, I'm not making any money. Well, she made like 3 grand. And within 1 year, she brought in over $200,000 in sales because she got so clear on her purpose. And she'll tell you that. So all of this is when I look at marketing, I can see different things. So just kind of to recap from the top, the 5 marketing mistakes that I see. 1, you might be marketing like a commodity. You're not a commodity. You're amazing. You're one of a kind. There's no one else like you. So move into that direction. 2, your offer might stink. And this is an alignment of what your audience is craving right now today and with what you're amazing at, bridging that gap. That's a huge one if you're a service provider or a coach. It can make or break your business. And number 3, you're not building personal relationships with your marketing, telling personal stories, reaching out, building community with your audience. Those personal relationships will result in sales. They will. Number 4, you're letting AI write all of your content. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, and that was number 4. And then number 5, if it's not clear what you stand for, you're missing out on creating something so much bigger than you and what you sell. You're here to make a difference in the world. You get to do that. You get to think bigger. And by thinking bigger, you will open up doors you didn't even know were there. So if you're looking at all these and going, God, I know I need to do all that. I want that. This is what I need with my marketing. This is what I do. This is what I specialize in. And I have clients that have joined me that will attest to that. I am opening up, and I only do this a few times a year. We have a 2-month accelerator called Ignite. We have a wait list for it. It starts in September 14th. And if you know this is what you need, it is life-changing work. I'm the only one I know of that will deep dive to a point of such clarity to help you map out everything that you need to be a standout, one of a kind. And I want you to start thinking of yourself as bigger than I'm a small business. You're a brand. You get to make a difference. You get to have a bigger impact than this is what I sell. So if you're interested in that, just DM me waitlist. We can get you on the wait list. If you want more information, let me know. We do have a wait list. We already have people registered for the fall. So let me know if that's you. And I will see you next Wednesday live. And I invite everyone here that's watching me on Instagram to come and join me in my Facebook group. I am going to be doing some things that you can only get in our community as we move forward. So I'd love to have you join me over there. And y'all have a beautiful Wednesday. And do drop, if you have questions on anything that I've talked about, I'd love to hear from you. Just drop a question. I'll get right back to you. And I hope everyone has a really great day. See you soon. Thanks, everybody.